All right, that's Gabe Vincent. Let's now check in with Bam Adebayo.
Jalen Williams with Dub Hub. For me, what's the best advice you've gotten to kind of prepare for this finals?
Best advice I've gotten.
Number 2, second row.
I think it was in the bubble. D Wade called UD on FaceTime, and I was in the room, obviously, and he was like, "Hey, man, let me talk to the young fella." He said the biggest thing about the finals is really embrace and cherish the moment because they do not come around often. You don't have. It's not one of those things where you be like, "All right, I'm gonna just get here next year," because it's not that easy. Teams change, players change, coaches change. So really embrace that moment.
Second row on your left.
Hey, Ben, I'm Shane with Forward Sports. I'm just curious, Duncan had that spurt that really helped you guys in the second half. In what ways have you seen him, I guess, grow and develop in terms of reading the floor, putting the ball on the floor, and attacking?
I would say Duncan has definitely evolved into he can put the basketball on the floor now. He feels comfortable doing that. He feels comfortable making plays for other people. And obviously, he's one of the best shooters in the league. When he ignites, when he gets on fire, it's hard to stop Duncan Robinson.
Jeff, over here on the right.
Jeff Zilgett, USA Today. Kevin had a long outlet pass to you that resulted in a penalty plus the ball. I wanted to know from you what makes Kevin's outlet passes so special, and did you have to do anything differently when he joined the team to sort of embrace how he throws that ball?
I feel like the best thing about Kevin Love passing is they're always on the money. They're always right there, hands ready, it's in the pocket. And my biggest change with being on the team with K-Love, as you can see, as soon as he get the rebound, I take off running. And I feel like we've all benefited from that.
In the middle.
Mark Kisla, Denver Post. You were just talking about embracing the moment and players change, teams change. I believe players win, but talk about Coach Spo, great experience here, and his ability to make tweaks from game to game and what that means to you guys and how much you trust that.
I mean, he's been to how many finals at this point? So he's seen everything but the win. So, him being in those moments, him cherishing those moments, I feel like he's comfortable here. He isn't making anything up. He isn't trying to figure it out with this, that, and third. Like, he's been through so much with so many other great players that, I feel like he settles in these moments. This is when he really gets comfortable. It's when he doesn't get really rattled. And this is when he comes up with the game plan for us to be successful.
Fourth row, Mike.
Mike Singer, Denver Post. Bam, you've been complimentary of Nikola Jokic in the past. How would you describe the challenge of facing him at this stage?
We both have something on the line, which is a championship. So obviously it's going to be a fight. But, he's a great player. He's a two-time MVP, and you respect that.
Ethan.
Ethan Skolnick, 5 Reasons Sports. Bam, you're at the line for some clinching free throws, crowd's going crazy, stuff on the video board and everything. How do you focus in that moment? What do you think of? Do you think of nothing at all? Like, how do you handle a moment like that?
You treat it like you're the only man in the arena. You take your time, inhale, exhale, and then you go back to all them times you had to shoot free throws after running suicides, running tens, being dog-tired after practice, having to make free throws, and you just go back to those moments, and then it gives you that sort of confidence, like, I've been here. And you go to the line, knock them down.
Second row.
For the offseason right now, he is focused on this series, and he is at the podium.
General question, but during the Soccer World Cup, many players in your position, born in Europe, decided to represent the African nation of their roots. They spoke how it was like the missing piece for them. It improved them as people. Do you, as players even, do you feel that way?
When I play for the national team?
Yes.
I just feel a great sense of pride, to be able to represent a country with so many people that, really value how we perform and how we play. And, I just take a lot of pride in representing them.
We'll go to Manny in the first row in the middle.
Hey, Gabe. This city, I know you've been here a couple years now. First finals game in the city in 9 years. Have you fallen in love with Miami? What do you think of the city itself, the fan base, that kind of thing?
Yeah, no, I love Miami in general as a city. The people, the culture, the food, you name it. It's kind of like its own little country. To be honest, it's very unique in that way.
We're going to go to the right side to Scott Cassiel.
Hey, Gabe.
What's up, Scott?
How old were you when you first played a zone defense? Like, do you remember?
Wow.
Do you remember how old you were, or what team you were playing for, or did you do it at all?
Yeah, I'm sure I did it very young. I don't know, man, probably 10 or so. Basic 2-3 zone, like most kids probably.
Do any of the same fundamental things that you learned back then still apply to what you guys do here?
A little bit. I wouldn't say our zone isn't as traditional as many zones are. Especially at this level, you kind of got to be a little creative. But certain principles in terms of, making sure you box out and rebound, it's hard to rebound in the zone. So.
And just the last thing, what's are you? It was banned in the NBA for a long time. Are you surprised how much you guys do it, or what makes it effective? I guess.
I'm not really surprised at how much we do it. We're just trying to win. I think it's effective because it's different. And like I said, it's not necessarily a traditional zone that we play. And, other teams in the NBA run a zone or will play zone, and everyone's kind of look a little different, So it's kind of a different look regardless of who you're playing against.
We're going to stay on the right side, second row to Mike.
Hey, Gabe. When you guys audited the three-pointers that you guys got from Game 2, what do you think they were a product of? And was there any underlying common denominator between those makes?
I think it was just good basketball. I think we just, got the ball where it needed to go, and we were able to create advantages and move the ball and find open guy.
I think after one of them, you might have given a look to Jamal Murray. Was that, in essence, why aren't you guarding me as close? Or was that what that was about? I don't want to assume.
Yeah, I think that was just my passion talking at the moment, and I was just in the moment of the game. I don't think there was anything really to it.
We're going to go to left side, third row.
I know the pocket passes have been really important to start the series for you to get the ball to Bam and kind of work those 4-on-3s. I guess just what have you seen from him making those decisions on the 4-on-3 so far this series? Because obviously he's been pretty solid.
Yeah, no, I think Bam's been great. His reads offensively, especially think about how much energy he's expending defensively. The way his mind, his brain speed's been going. I think he's been making great reads, and I think he'll continue to, whether it is a pass or shot or attack or whatever the case may be.
We're going to go to the middle, fourth row.
Hey, you just said that you feel very comfortable in decisive moments. So when do you feel uncomfortable?
When I train, I try to push myself to those points of being uncomfortable to try to grow.
And do you have any special routine before each game that we or the people don't know?
At this point that you guys don't know, probably not. But I definitely have been meditating before each game, and it's been quite helpful for me. And
any of your teammates have one that you want to tell us?
Oh, no. When we kind of get close to game time, I'm pretty locked in on my own routine, so I kind of miss what they got going on.
We're going to go to right side, third row.
You guys in the fourth quarter will throw different things, on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. A lot of teams don't do that. They don't necessarily switch up as much as you guys do. Is the mindset that's different about being able to do that? Is it a challenge? Is it easy? And what enables you guys to be so effective at switching things up in specific moments in a game?
Yeah, I think we just have the habits built for it. We've had a number of close games this season, probably too many that we would have liked, but they've helped us prepare for moments like that when we need to adjust on the fly or, put in a wrinkle and it's in a pressure situation. The more reps you have with that, the less quote-unquote pressure you'd feel, I think.
We're going to come back here to the first row on the left.
The NBA discussion is very much about stars and supporting roles. And then you're immensely unpredictable. Nobody knows who's going to come up with. You think it's one of your strengths that the other team really doesn't know who's going to score?
Yeah, I think our depth, I think, is definitely a strength of ours, and it's been somewhat different pretty much every game this playoffs in terms of our supporting cast that has a game or plays well. So, all of our guys are capable, and when they get their moment, they usually step up.
Would you hate to play against a team like you?
I mean, if I had our group, I'd like our chances, regardless of who we played.
We're going to take one more question from Manny in the middle.
Gabe, I know we've talked ad nauseum about Heat culture in the past, but for you, was there a moment when you just knew this is the right fit for me, this Heat culture?
The day I walked through the doors.
Any particular reason or anything that just made you feel that?
I think just a lot of what the culture represents and signifies matches who I am as a person, matches my character. So I think it was a little easier for me to assimilate to the quote-unquote culture. And although it isn't for everybody, I think it is for me.
Thanks a lot, Gabe.